Hi guys, I just want to show you your homework for Friday. So the main thing is the main thing that you're going to do is you're going to write one source entry draft. So to do that, you need to find the source that you're going to write about. So that is a source that relates to your research question. So it could be, you could do a Wikipedia entry, you could do a YouTube video. So you could do a Wikipedia entry about the Black Panthers. You could do um, a scholarly article about the Cold War. So you just want to find a place. You could do a YouTube video about teenage relationships, but it's got to relate. Obviously, this is about your research question. You're going to read this article. It's very short, but it's about how to the guidelines for quoting from an outside source, especially in an academic article. So this gives you good guidelines. You're going to have one or two quotes in your source entry. So this is going to give you the guidelines to do that. So here's what you, and then the main thing is you're going to post your one source entry draft on the website. You make sure you have at least one quote sandwich in there, which is what they talk about in this, as he himself puts it, the art of quoting. You want to make sure that you do this by Friday at noon, because I'm going to comment on them over the weekend. And I'm just going to comment on the first source entry post before you turn in your rough drafts of the whole paper. So this'll make sure that you're on the right track when you're writing these source entries. So I want you to look at the annotated bibliography handout. This is under major assignments bibliography. There was also a link to it on that assignment sheet. So you would go here, major assignments. And now here you want to scroll down to where it says annotated bibliography roadmap and how do I write an entry. Part 1, for now you don't have to worry about getting it in the proper format, but make sure you write down what your source is. So make sure you write down who the author is and what the source is. We'll talk about formatting later. Now, in part 2, you're going to write a summary. The whole source entry has got to be about 400 words. I almost said 400 pages. Freak y'all out. But part 2 is going to be a summary. In this, you try to be as subjective as possible. Sorry, as objective as possible. So you write down just what they're saying. Sometimes we pick sources that we totally disagree with, for reasons just to see what the other side is saying. But here you just want to basically sum up what you've learned. And here this would be a pretty short paragraph, maybe 100 words long, just pretty short. The next part 3, is going to be the longest part, where you're going to be writing, 250 words probably, maybe 300 words. This is your reflection. So this is going to be, I say 1 to 2 paragraphs. It should probably be at least 2 paragraphs. So you have at least 1 paragraph where you're writing about what you think about this. Do you agree or do you disagree with the author? This, you guys, I can't dwell on this enough. This is the most important part of this assignment, is what did you think of what you read? Do you agree or disagree? Why? Be specific. You can see that I really, went over the top as per usual. Caps, all caps, exclamation point. That's because it's important. And here is where you'd want to quote the text. The author says XYZ. I agree or I disagree with them because of whatever. And this is where you'll use that quote sandwich that I referred to from the reading that you'll be doing. here you can talk about questions you still have about the text. What don't you understand? What information you might need to understand it better. If you could say something to the author, what would you say? This might be more than one paragraph. And here, when I talk about rhetorical factors, what I'm talking about is who is the speaker. So if it's a politician that is trying to get reelected, you might want to think about why they're saying and they're saying, they're running on a quote unquote law and order platform. You might want to think about what that means, why they're saying what they're saying about police brutality. Whereas someone else that's running on a more friendly, community platform is going to say something different about police brutality. Or you might think about the audience. Who are they trying to reach? That's a rhetorical factor. Who do they want to listen to them? So what is their purpose? You can also talk about their writing style. Are they writing in a friendly way that they're trying to talk to teenagers? Are they writing in a very formal style? That could be, so this, rhetorical factors, can be its whole own paragraph. Part 4 doesn't counter your word count, but it can help you in Unit 3. And this could be this is not related to the quote sandwich. But this would just be a place to put a list of a couple of quotes that you found useful from the article. And this can be very useful in the long run, believe me. So that's it. That's how you write a source entry.